This is my super duper awesome drawing app. I'm going to go through, well, I'm on lesson 17 of CS Principles Unit 5, Building Apps. Canvas Painter, I'm on part 20. We get to add our own thing, and what I added is the ability to change the color of the brush, I guess. It's super cool. I think it's super cool. You should watch this, get some tips, get some tools, and go make something so much better and so much more awesome than I did. I am sure you will. And then you should hit share on your project and share it below. Here's the deal. I'm going to walk through each step I did of adding my color and all of that stuff. I'm also at the end of the video going to share the link to the code so you can check out my code. I want to be super duper clear on this. Plagiarism is an issue. Do not plagiarize, right? You're not going to copy and paste my code. That is a problem. But please look at it. Please learn from it. Yeah, check out my other videos if you're confused about other parts of this lesson. I also did another version of this drawing app where I added some features to spray paint. So if you're interested in that, you should check that out too. So I'm going to start diving into the content though. Let's talk about how this is made. Create your own effect. Finally. You've just seen several ways we can process our array event list. In order to create different effects, now it's time to make your own. Extend the functionality of one of the effects you just created or create an entirely new one. Yes, I'm excited for this. What else could you do with the information stored in the array? We can do a lot. How else might you combine the programming tools you've developed? Extend the functionality of one effect or create an entirely new one of your own. All right, there's a few things. Obviously, I've just wrote the word code, and it can do cool things, okay? I want to be able to control color. That's number one thing I want to be able to do. So the color that we are using. And my idea for that is a drop down here with a selection for color. So I'm going to go ahead and start by clicking on Design. And I'm going to need a new button for that. And it will be... I don't want to take up too much of this. Let me just... So now I want to select an ID, color, menu, and then my options. We'll start with red, green, blue, of course, and then let's have that should be, sure, lots of options. Now, how I intend to do this is, so we got red up here, great. Okay, I'm going to now go to events, and I'm going to insert and show code. So that should put in an event handler, and it did. Okay, there it is. So this will be listening for a change in the color menu. All right, and that's what we need. So what we're going to do to set the color now, I'm going to go to blocks. I think it's easier to read. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of our console log, and then we need, let's see here, we want to grab control on change. Yes, we want to, for the canvas, we're going to set the color, set the fill color, so not the outline color. This is probably going to impact etch in a weird way because it uses the outline color, the stroke color, but we'll figure that out in a sec. We're going to set the fill color, and what do I want to set it to? Well, I want to get the text, and then I want to get the text of color menu and set the fill color to color menu. Let's see how this works so far. I'm going to hit run, and then it's defaulted to red, and it's not starting at red, because we haven't changed it yet. Okay, and I didn't think about that, but the opacity is now gone, right? So our colors aren't at all see-through. And that is something we can change, and I will change. All right, but let's see spray paint. That's kind of cool. How about random? Whoa. And that's partly opacity, and etch might be weird. Ooh, the color for etch is still going to be black, and that's because it doesn't even use fill. It's just going to use a stroke color, and that's all stuff we can work on. All right, so first let's set the opacity now. Let's see, stroke color, clear canvas. Can I just do... So it's not looking... Darn, it's not looking like we can do the opacity, but I have a solution. What we're going to do is use an array then. So up here, we're going to create a new array, just like event list, except this is going to be an array of colors. So I'm just going to name it colors, and then it's going to be an empty array, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and append items for our colors. Append item, and the first one I will append is going to be, so colors is the array I'm appending to, and it's going to be the color for red. And to start, these ones are easy enough because the color for red, right, the RGB value, R is 255, and then 0 for green and 0 for blue. And the opacity, we're going to do 0.2, right, which would be 80% transparent. So that will be for our red. I'm now going to use append item again to append our next color to our array, which should be blue, and colors. And then for the color, it will be 0 for red, RGB, so 0 for green, and 255 for blue, and then 0.2 again, like we already had for black, so you can kind of see through the fill. And then I'm going to again use append item. I'm going to append to our array, and then what color? Well, it's green this time, so 0, 255, 0 for blue, 0.2. So it's mostly transparent. I'm going to default to black at the beginning. If remember, at the beginning it was already black. So I'm just going to go to design mode and put that at the top. So it will make sense, and that does make sense. I mean, right, the default color for a pen and all of that is going to be black. So I'm going to change one other. I'm going to put white at the bottom because it is certainly going to be a less used color. All right, that order is a bit better for me. So the default for black, where did we set that up? Right here. So we set fill at start there. So we're going to do the same color, but for black. Ooh, I should be doing all of these just like that. So RGBA parenthesis, and then at the end, right before the last quote, parenthesis. Okay. RGBA parenthesis. Oh no. Control Z undoes. I'm just going to hit that so I can get back all that. RGBA parenthesis. And then at the end, right before the last quote, a closing parenthesis. And then RGBA parenthesis. At the end, right before the last quote, another parenthesis. And then if blacks are default, so I'm appending these in order. So our index for black should be 0. So I'm going to append item, and then where am I appending it to? The colors array. What am I appending? RGBA, parenthesis, 0, 0, 0, 0.2, parenthesis. All right, so I'm going to leave it here for now. So this should be in order, right? Red, I put first, and then I believe I had... Oh, I did have green next. So I'm going to flip these two. This is my red. This is my blue. So now I have it black, red, green, and then blue. All right, let's test out its functionality. Oh, nope, almost there. I need a variable for index as well. because I need to keep track of what index I'm at. So I'll also now put after my appends, I'm going to name it colors index creative I know. And again, this will be a global variable because it's declared at the top, not declared in a function, because if I declare it in a function, no other function can access it. And we're going to set it at 0 by default. Our 0 index will be this color, which is black. Our 1 index will be red. Our second index will be green, and third blue, so on and so forth. And then what we're going to do down here is instead of set fill, we will use that. But first, let's see here as we move through. Yep, as we move through, we're going to use an if statement to figure out what color we have. So here's my if. I'm going to drop it right there. Right, so if, and I'm going to use a local variable here, right up here, if color or menu text, right? Menu text, okay? So menu text, get text, okay? And if black, if our variable we just made, menu text, equals the word black, what do we want to do? Well, we want to take our variable color index, okay? So color index, and set it equal to 0. And then else if our menu text equals green, right? What do we want to do? Well, we want to take our color index and set it equal to 1 because we had green as the, oh no, we had red as the second index. And I'm going to keep adding ifs. So else if, right? So that's for red. Now let's do one for green, and make sure you're doing 2 equal sign, right? For the equality operator, 1 equal sign would declare a new variable, which is not what we want. Green, and then I'm going to just skip down here and do menu text equals blue. Okay, and now what do I want to do here? Well, I want to set the index for color index, or set the variable color index. I want to reassign it. Green was at index 2, and blue was at color index 3, because we start counting at 0 for index. Okay, I'm going to get rid of the else for now. All right, I could default it to black if I wanted. But yeah, let's just get rid of the else for now. And then I'm going to set color to, well, our colors, oops, I need to get rid of the, there we go, our colors array, right, colors, but at the index of color index. So what this will hopefully do, well, let's test it out first before I explain. What's it grumpy about? Color index has not been declared. Oh, did I not? Oh, colors index, because my array is colors. Nah, I'm changing it to color index, because it's the color index. Perfect. Solved it. All right, let's test this out. And I got a bug. Which line? Line 8. Our array is colors. It's multiple colors. Our array is colors. Let's try again. That looks better. Right, so it defaults to black, exactly what we want. And now I'm going to change it to, let's try red. Perfect. And green. Yeah. And let's do spray paint. It's all going to be green because that's what our fill color is set to. Let's do original. Yeah, so the last color we use is now the fill. Etch will be the same because it's setting the color, right? But when we originally draw it, we can have options. And then we can add the other colors. Let's see here. I'm going to reset this. I'm going to go all the way up to the top here. Let's... Debug, console, get rid of that. Now, if we wanted to retain the color through each, right, random and, well, etch, I think I'm going to leave as black, but we can talk about that, and original and all that. What we can do is just like we're doing with event here, right, we're making this list of events, so we have the X, Y coordinates used for every circle, which I talked about previously, so if you're not sure what I'm saying, go back a few and watch those. We're looping through, and every event we're not looping, we're grabbing each circle drawn, the mouse is moving. So what we're going to do then is I'm going to make a variable now to get the color index for each time it's being drawn. So what did we call we did an event list. Okay, I'm going to do a variable kind of like event list right above colors. I can do it down here. It's going to be colors list. And what it's going to be is for every circle drawn, we're going to check the color index and save it to this array. And I'll show you why. So then right under this in our mouse move, so if we're moving across the canvas, what do I want to do? I want to append an item. And what do I want to append? Append item. I want to append, instead of to event list, I'm going to do colors list. And then what I want to append is the color index value. Right? So whatever that color index is, I'm going to append. And then now I have a list of color index. So let's see, delete, clear, canvas. I'm now going to also want to clear the, let's see. So if I want event list gone, I don't want the color indexes either. Colors index. It's going to be an empty array as well at that point. And now let's see, clear canvas, that's fine. Circle. And so here we're using the event list. But before we use random, we also want to make sure that if we're redrawing the whole thing with random, we should set the colors to what they were inside of here as well. So what we're going to want to do is grab set color, set fill color, and each time we're going to set the fill color to our colors. I think the array is just called colors, right? Yep. Colors, and then the index will be our colors index I. So now that we have a list of colors, we have the list of colors we're using, we're going to use our colors index, which is a array of each dot we draw, right? At each dot we draw, we are appending to our colors index the color of that dot. So we're setting fill color a lot, and that might be a bit inefficient, but it should work for our purposes. Okay? So let's test out original for now. I'm gonna do, yeah. Alright, now I need to change colors. Let's do green and some blue. Okay, so now let's try random. What-oh? Where does color index have quotes? Right here. Colors index I. Of course, it's color index. I should have stuck with 1 or 2 S's. I mean 0 or no S's. Let's try again. Alright, and let's try random. This is not what we wanted. Is not a color. Color index I. Alright, let's reset. And so we should be using set fill color to colors. What colors? Colors, not the index, the colors list. Because this is the list of indexes. And this is why doing a better job at naming your arrays than me is important. Alright, let's try it now. 19th time is the charm, as they say. Nobody says that. Okay, and now I'm going to hit random. Yay! Spray paint. And that's going to be the same because we haven't made it work there, but original, random. Okay, so we have made some progress. And now we're going to add this line where we get our colors and we get the colors list I, which should be the index that the color was of the color we used for that particular dot when we draw it, and then we're going to loop through them all. So I'm going to copy this set fill color to wherever I need it, and I would like it in original, in our for loop in original, so paste. And then do I want it in spray paint? I guess so. So we're going to go to our spray paint, and right here in the for loop though, you want it in the second for loop, in the nested for loop, because you want each dot to be, yeah, show blocks. Alright, let's try it now. Run. Change up the colors. Alright, and then let's do random, and then spray paint. I love it. And then original should work as well. And then etch. And then if I hit delete, and I leave etch alone, and I'm going to. If you want to mess with that, go for it. If I hit delete, I should be able to go right back to it. Awesome. And I am actually deciding that I'm headed back to design. So I'm going to real quick now append all of these colors. And I'm just going to copy this because I need a bunch more colors and paste. So now let's give these a shot. So we append them. They're not going to work unless we expand this if statement. And so what I'm going to do, I am again going to do copy because we're just going to, I don't need that bracket. Need a bunch of these. Copy and then paste. And so I think I'm going to need it almost 2 times. Paste. So red, green, blue. Black's the default. Purple down, and purple should be 4, and then purple, orange, pink, yellow, brown, white. Purple, alright, let's give all of this stuff a try. Okay, and then we're just going to add in every color to make sure. Let's go random. Ah! Spray paint. Attack! Etch, again, we left alone. Original. That is super cool. I kind of love it. And now I want to set etch because I have to. So etch, we were setting the stroke color to black, right? Right up here. So it looked like a pen. And I understand that, and I get if you want to leave that. However, I am going to use set stroke, and I am going to set the stroke color to this, right? Colors, and then our color list. So we're going to grab .I, which is the index of each dot, and I want the fill color to that event in etch for stroke color. I then need to move it .I. And so that will be whatever the starting color is, because we're drawing in between every 10 dots, right? So .0 and .10, we're drawing a line between for etch. I'm going to use the color, though, of the dot that starts the line. So that will be whatever I is. Let's give it a shot. See if it works, or who knows, maybe I broke something. Reset, Brad. Oh, that's super cool, actually. Oh, I like that a lot. I'm leaving it. Awesome. So that is my effect that I added, at least, and I'm pretty darn proud of it. I am gonna post this project, the whole thing. Yep. But keep in mind, plagiarism is serious and an issue. I'm posting it because one of the most powerful things about expanding our knowledge on programming is looking at other people's programs. Plagiarism, yeah, you can plagiarize code, and it is cheating. Just to be exceptionally clear on this, okay? But hopefully you can learn from this some. You should borrow some ideas of mine. Please feel free to do so. And make them better, make them your own. Don't just steal them, of course. But yeah, I should, something I could do is have this change color for each time I select a color. There's all sorts of really cool things you can do. If you make something cool, you should share it. Again, I'm going to share mine. I can hit share now. I'll post the link in the video's description. Do not plagiarize. It is an absolute problem. But hopefully this was helpful. I'm really proud of mine. Go make something awesome and share it in the comments.